This demonstration will give you a quick overview of the integration between Whitelec's Techniq platform and Cisco-Webex training center. So what you're seeing on your screen right now is the login screen from where you enter your login and password to access Techniq University. But before I do that, let me just quickly visit the course catalog page. Notice here that just as you have self-paced courses and all the available self-paced courses listed, you also have the webinars tab. So these are webinars offered through Cisco-Webex. So if you click on the webinars tab, you can see here that there are 2 webinars listed. You can click on register to sign up for those webinars without actually going to Webex, but from within our platform. And that essentially is the net result of our integration. So I will now take you back into the system to show how these webinars are scheduled and what you can do once you schedule the webinar. So I'm logging into the system as an administrator, and then I go to Manage Courses, where I log into Webex. I enter my login and password, and this basically tells me that we are now connected to Cisco-Webex. The platform, the Techniq platform, is now connected to Cisco-Webex, and then I'm going to schedule a webinar here. So I enter the name, then I select the demo, then I enter the description here. And I select webinar. So we tell the Techniq platform that this is a webinar. If you want to set a price, you can set a price, but otherwise I'm going to just leave that at 0 here. And I'm going to schedule a date towards the end of February. So let's say February the 20th. And it's a public event. And I put in an enrollment password. Maximum number of enrollments I say is 5. And I select the time zone here. And all of this information is actually going into Cisco-Webex once you submit this form. So I specify the duration. And there are other switches here which I'm not going to get into, but primarily you can decide whether you want to show it on the course catalog, whether you want to show it on the register page, etc. And then you hit Add Course. You'll see that it's successfully scheduled on Cisco-Webex. Now you can upload a course description if you have one. Otherwise, you just go to the register page and click on the webinars tab, and you'll see that this webinar that I just scheduled is right here, February 2013 webinar. Now if I decide to register for this, and I say proceed to my courses, you'll see that it's saved in my courses page. And I would have received an email from Cisco-Webex with instructions on the link and how I can join the live session on the specified date. So on the 20th, when the session actually starts, a join link will appear over here. So just in case you've forgotten or misplaced the email that you received, the registration email that you received from Cisco-Webex with instructions on how to join the session, you could always log in here and then click on the join link that will appear once the session starts. Now this, in a sense, is, from an administrative part, the key to the integration. You can schedule a session from within the Techniq platform. Now the other thing you could do is get all the reports that you need from Cisco-Webex right from our system here. So if you wanted to go into registration reports and see the session that I just scheduled, let me see if I can bring that up here. February 13th webinar, and I say I had just registered for it, so you can see here that my name comes up as one of the folks who have registered for it. Now once the session is completed, you can get a list of completed sessions as well. So if I were to run a report from January 2013 through February 1st, it gives me a list of all the sessions, it gives me the meeting key, and it also gives me the attendees. So if I needed to find out who are the folks who attended this session, I can just click on attendees and it'll give me a list, and I could actually certify them so that when I click certify, these users, when they log into the system and go to their certificates page, they can actually get a certificate for attending that webinar. So there are similar reports that are available, like the recorded sessions. You want to know who accessed it, when they were accessed. You can run a report for that. You can also run attendee reports for specific sessions. You can see here that these are the attendees. Once again, I can select them and certify them. And so if you want to give them continuing education credits, those can also be captured in the certificate that is automatically generated. So you can see here, for instance, that the actual duration that they've spent. So if someone has spent just 2 minutes and you don't want to give them a certificate of completion, you can just deselect that and certify the others. So by delivering these live webinars, if you want to issue certificates of attendance, then our system lets you do that rather easily. Likewise, if you have tests that you issue during your live sessions in Webex, those details can also be pulled up from here. Right now there is no data in here, but the scheduled test results are automatically pulled up over here and displayed. And the scheduled meetings gives you a list of all the sessions that have been scheduled and the duration for which they've been scheduled. And each of these reports can be exported to Excel. This, in short, is the integration between Techniq platform and Cisco-Webex Training Center. If you have any questions or need additional information, do send us an email or contact us, and we'll be more than happy to walk you through a demo and address any other questions that you might have. Thank you so much for listening, and hope this demo was beneficial.